What movie did you see when you were too young that scarred you for life?
RoboCop. The melting dude got me bad.
I forget which one, but it was one of the Final Destination movies. It was the one where there was a guy who died to a pool drain and someone died because their shoelace got stuck in an escalator. That gave me a fear of escalators for a while.
The Fly, 1986. My young mind was not ready for that movie.
Jeepers Creepers. But I think it's mostly due to the fact that my older brother convinced me it was based on true events.
What video game sound effect can you still hear in your head?
The click, 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 click. If a coaster going up a hill from any of the roller coaster tycoon games.
The Circus of Value.
Ah, fresh meat.
The Reapers from Mass Effect, and the mission failed sound. Silencer in GoldenEye Pew.
Mechanics of Reddit. What is the best way to root out mechanics who are trying to take advantage of people who are car-fluent?
I knew an awesome mechanic once who gave me an excellent suggestion. He said when a mechanic tells you something needs to be replaced, tell them you want to keep the old part. If they were trying to rip you off, they'll suddenly change their mind.
Join your local area's buy-sell trade group on FB. Ask for good mechanics. People hate douches, so public forums are a good way to combat bad mechanics. Nobody likes to get fucked by them, and that makes people less likely to recommend.
My father always marked the parts which had to be replaced with a UV marker to make sure they were replaced.
What made you think people are fucking stupid?
The woman in the news this morning who tried to take a selfie with a jaguar by going into its enclosure and got mauled. Whenever I see a bottleneck of people waiting to get through a door, and there's a second door that none of them have bothered to open.
What is one situation in which you've felt completely helpless? What is an adult life equivalent of calling your teacher mom?
I work in a prison where I have occasionally have an inmate say, "Alright officer, I'm okay, have a good night, drive home safe." Hit him with a "thanks you too." Multiple life sentences. I once called an older female coworker mom because she kinda looks, and gives off a vibe, like my mom.
Teachers of Reddit. What's the stupidest thing you've caught a student doing in your class?
9th grade girls ate pot brownies for the first time, freaked out in class, asked to go to the nurse, and cried that they needed to go to confession.
Had a 6th grade student tell people to call him Jigglypuff. He regretted it after 2 hours until he eventually left the school.
Women of Reddit. What's the quickest way a guy can blow his chances with you?
Talking solely about himself.
For me personally, not giving straight answers when asked a question, or not even trying to make the effort to talk in the first place.
Send me a dick pic.
You like my arms? I ended that conversation immediately.
What are some awesome space facts?
12 people have been to the moon while only 3 people have been to the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
When the moon is at the furthest point of its orbit from Earth, you could fit every other planet in the solar system, including Pluto, between them.
If the sun were scaled down to the size of a white blood cell, the Milky Way galaxy would be the size of the continental United States.
A small percentage of the air is filled with meteorite dust, like all the time. Edit, the atmosphere on Earth.
Parents of Reddit. What is something your kid doesn't know you know about them?
My mom could always tell when I had to poop. No clue what my giveaways were. I'm 27, about to be 28, and to this day she will be visiting at my house, and out of nowhere she's just like, "You need to poop." And she's always right.
I work with a group of boys. One is 12 years old and is a smart aleck. I know that he currently sucks his thumb when he sleeps.
I have read every single YouTube comment history he's ever made. He's 9. It's mostly stuff like yeet, #words, and remarks about interesting marine animals. He has no idea even though it's my account. It's all quite cute and wholesome.
That he has a crush on the neighbor girl.
You suddenly gain a superpower. But you can only use it once. What would it be and why?
The ability to make $52 billion appear in my bank account. Shitty answer, to grant someone, in this case me, a permanent superpower. Proper answer, shape-shifting, so I effectively get to pick my own body and then stay in it.
Cast my mind back in time into my own body as a kid. Do a better job the second time around.
I'd like to have my physiology altered so I can gain perfect nutrition by absorbing light. Boom, here comes healthy living and I don't have to eat anymore.
Men of Reddit, what's the quickest way a woman can blow her chances with you?
And express distaste for something I'm passionate about. Thankfully, that's not a lot.
I deserve to be treated like a princess/queen.
For the love of God, don't hint at things and try to be coy or vague. Tell me what you want and you'll probably get it. Don't get upset when I don't get you something you never directly asked for.
Being a gold digger or an asshole.
What's your earliest vivid nightmare that you can still recall?
I was being chased by raptors on quads. Why? Hell if I know.
There was a sharp tooth outside my house fighting a long neck, and I had to go outside to play and my parents wouldn't let me back in. Pure terror.
I've had a recurring nightmare my whole life that the ocean rises and everything ends underwater.
Game developers of Reddit, what is the worst experience you've had while making a game? What single ability that an animal has would you most like to have and how would it make your life better?
The ability to attract a mate. I think being able to breathe underwater would be pretty dope. Scuba diving would be much cheaper.